You paid into Social Security your entire working life. You followed every rule. You did everything right. And now, without a single news headline, without a press conference, without anyone sending you a letter, the Social Security Administration just quietly changed the rules on you. 6 major changes have taken effect that are already hitting middle-class Americans right in the wallet, and most people have absolutely no idea any of this is even happening. If you are working, if you are collecting benefits, or if you are anywhere close to retirement age, you need to stop what you are doing right now and watch this entire video. Because what you do not know about these changes could cost you thousands of dollars. This is not clickbait. This is not a scare tactic. These are real, documented, official changes from the SSA that are in effect right now, in 2026. And the middle class? The people who earn too much to get extra help but not enough to absorb financial shocks, are the ones who are going to feel this the hardest. So let us get into it. Number 1. They banned you from collecting full benefits while working under 67. Here is the first thing the SSA has effectively cut off for millions of middle-class Americans. If you are under 67 years old and you are still working while collecting Social Security, the SSA is now taking money directly out of your monthly check. The full retirement age has officially been locked at 67 for everyone born in 1960 or later. And if you are not at that age yet, the SSA penalizes you for earning too much income. Here is how the math works against you. If you are under full retirement age for the entire year, the SSA will take away $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn above $24,480. Let that number sink in. That is just over $2,000 a month in earnings before they start clawing back your benefits. For a middle-class worker, a nurse, a contractor, a small business owner, a teacher taking part-time work, crossing that threshold is extremely easy. You are not rich, you are just working. And yet the SSA treats your paycheck like a reason to reduce what you already earned over a lifetime of contributions. And if you happen to reach full retirement age during 2026, the rule becomes slightly more lenient. They only take $1 for every $3 earned above $65,160. But that threshold can still catch people who never expected to be penalized for being productive. The middle class built this country through hard work, and this rule essentially punishes you for continuing to do that work. Number 2. They banned easy access to disability benefits for workers in their 50s. This one is deeply alarming, and it targets a group that is among the most vulnerable in the middle class. Workers in their 50s who have physically demanding jobs, health challenges, or chronic conditions that make it impossible to keep working at full capacity. The SSA, influenced by new regulatory pressure from Washington, has begun tightening eligibility rules for Social Security disability insurance, commonly known as SSDI. The proposed direction, which is already reshaping how claims are being processed, involves raising the age threshold for disability consideration. For decades, the SSA gave special weight to workers over 50 in disability assessments, recognizing that it is genuinely harder for older workers to transition to new careers. Now, that consideration is being phased out or significantly reduced. The threshold may be pushed from 50 all the way to 60, meaning a 55-year-old with a bad back, a damaged knee, or a heart condition who physically cannot continue in their trade may be told they are simply not old enough to qualify. For the middle class, this is devastating. These are people who do not have large savings accounts. These are people who were counting on SSDI as a safety net if their body gave out before they could reach retirement age. And now that net has been pulled back. The SSA has effectively banned easy disability access for a huge segment of working-age Americans who need it most. Number 3. They banned low earners and part-time workers from building credits easily. Social Security credits are the foundation of your future benefits. You need 40 of them, roughly 10 years of work, to qualify for retirement benefits at all. You can earn up to 4 credits per year. Sounds simple, right? Not anymore. In 2026, the SSA raised the amount of earnings required to earn a single credit from $1,810 to $1,890. You now need to earn $7,560 in a year just to earn the maximum 4 credits. While that may sound like a small change on the surface, the impact on lower-income workers and part-time employees is very real. If you are a middle-class worker who took time off to raise children, dealt with a layoff, worked gig economy jobs, or took part-time positions during lean years, this change makes it harder, not easier, to qualify for the retirement benefits you are counting on. The SSA has essentially made it more expensive to earn your place in the system. Every year that requirement goes up, more people on the edges of the workforce fall behind in credits they may never fully recover. And nobody is warning them about this. Nobody is sitting them down and explaining that the quiet little number change that happened in January could affect whether they qualify for benefits at all in retirement. Number 4, they banned self-employed workers from catching a break on payroll taxes. If you are self-employed in America, a freelancer, a consultant, an independent contractor, a small business owner, the SSA just made your tax bill significantly heavier. The taxable earnings cap, which is the maximum amount of income subject to Social Security payroll taxes, has risen to $184,500 in 2026. That is up from $176,100 just the year before. For a regular employee, this is uncomfortable but manageable. Your employer absorbs half of that payroll tax, but if you are self-employed, you pay both sides. Every single dollar of that increase falls entirely on your shoulders. The SSA has effectively banned self-employed middle-class earners from getting any relief on this front, and instead quietly raised the ceiling on what they owe. This hits consultants, real estate professionals, content creators, contractors, and the millions of Americans who left traditional employment to build something of their own. They are already dealing with the cost of running a business: equipment, software, insurance, overhead. And now the SSA is reaching deeper into their pockets with a higher tax ceiling and no relief in sight. Number 5, they banned older Medicare recipients from keeping the full COLA increase. Every year, Social Security benefits get a cost of living adjustment, known as a COLA, designed to help recipients keep up with inflation. In 2026, that COLA increase was 2.8%, which translated to an average boost of about $56 per month for retirees. Middle-class seniors were counting on that. They saw the number. They planned around it. But here is what the SSA did not make easy to find out. The Medicare Part B premium increase for 2026 quietly consumed a massive portion of that raise. Part B premiums rose by $17.90 per month, jumping from $185 to $202.90. Since the SSA automatically deducts Medicare Part B premiums directly from Social Security checks, that $56 raise effectively shrank down to about $38.10 after the deduction. In real terms, the SSA allowed Medicare costs to swallow nearly 32% of the COLA increase before it ever reached your bank account. For a middle-class retiree living on a fixed income, someone who was genuinely relieved to hear benefits were going up, finding out that a third of that raise was already gone before it arrived is a gut punch. It is not technically a ban, but it is a systematic way of ensuring middle-class seniors never actually feel the full benefit of the raise they were promised. Number 6, they banned the old drug addiction and alcoholism rules, but added new bureaucratic identity requirements that slow everything down. In April 2026, the SSA officially rescinded its old regulations around drug addiction and alcoholism under the Social Security Act, calling them obsolete. On the surface, that sounds like a cleanup effort, but at the same time, the SSA has moved to introduce new digital identity verification systems and payroll data cross-checking tools that are creating real roadblocks for middle-class Americans trying to access or update their benefits. The SSA launched a payroll information exchange system that pulls wage data directly from employers, but only with your permission. The problem is that many beneficiaries do not fully understand what they are authorizing, and errors in that payroll data can directly affect benefit calculations. Overpayments triggered by bad data are being flagged, and when SSA determines you were overpaid, even due to their own system errors, they can demand repayment, reduce your monthly check, or suspend benefits entirely while the issue is sorted out. For middle-class Americans who cannot afford an attorney or a financial advisor to fight a bureaucratic error, this new system is a serious threat. The old process, while imperfect, was more human. The new automated system is fast, impersonal, and prone to flagging legitimate earners as problems. The SSA has essentially banned the old safety net of human review and replaced it with an algorithm that does not care about your circumstances. What you need to do right now. If you took anything from this video, let it be this. The SSA is not going to call you. They are not going to send you a friendly reminder. They are not going to make it easy for you to know your rights before the deadline has already passed. The responsibility is on you to be informed. And that is exactly what this channel is here for. Here is your action plan. First, log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov and review your earnings record and current benefit projections. Make sure every year of your work history is recorded accurately, because mistakes in that record can cost you money for the rest of your life. Second, if you are working and collecting benefits, calculate exactly where you stand against the earnings limits. $24,480 if you are under full retirement age. $1 over that threshold for every 2 you earn comes right out of your check. Third, if you are self-employed, sit down with your accountant now and recalculate your quarterly estimated tax payments based on the new taxable wage ceiling of $184,500. Do not wait until tax season to be surprised. Fourth, if you or someone you know is in their 50s and relies on SSDI as a potential safety net, consult with a Social Security attorney or disability advocate before filing a claim. The rules around age-based eligibility are shifting fast, and the window of easier qualification is closing. Fifth, if you have not yet seen a benefit adjustment that reflects the Social Security Fairness Act, which eliminated the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, contact SSA directly. As of early 2026, $17 billion has already been paid out to 3.1 million beneficiaries, but not everyone has received what they are owed. Look, here is the truth that nobody in Washington wants to say out loud. The middle class is being asked to keep funding a system that is quietly making it harder and harder for the middle class to actually benefit from it. The wealthy have accountants and attorneys who navigate these changes for them. The very poor have advocates and assistance programs. But the middle, the teachers, the contractors, the nurses, the small business owners, the people who have worked for 30 years and are just trying to land safely in retirement, those people are largely navigating this alone. That is why it matters that you share this video. Not for the algorithm, not for the numbers, but because there is someone in your life, a parent, a sibling, a coworker, a friend, who is making financial decisions right now based on rules that no longer exist. They are planning around a system that has already changed underneath them, and they do not know it yet. You can be the person who warns them. You can be the reason they avoid a costly mistake. Every single week, this channel breaks down what the SSA, the IRS, Congress, and Washington are actually doing. In plain language, without the political spin, without the jargon, and without the agenda. Because you deserve to understand the systems that control your financial life. You paid into this. You earned the right to know exactly what is happening to it. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps more people find this information when they need it most. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel so you never miss an update like this one. Turn on the notification bell so that when the next change drops, and there will be a next change, you are the first to know. Your retirement, your benefits, your financial security, it all starts with staying informed. And that is exactly what we do here, every single week. Stay sharp, stay protected, and we will see you in the next one.